We are here with two-time ADCC World Champion, absolute champion, Adele Fornarino. Adele, that was incredible. How are you feeling right now?
Lost for words. Honestly, it's all very, very surreal. I'm on cloud nine right now. It hasn't really sunk in. You know, I'm getting all the congratulations from everybody. I met John Jones a second ago, and he was congratulating me, and that was really cool. I don't know. I don't know where I am. I don't know what I've just done, but people keep telling me it's a good thing.
John Jones asked you for a picture.
He did.
How crazy
John
is that?
Jones asked me for a picture and then asked me if it was okay if he posted it on his Instagram. And I was like, yeah, pretty sure that's good. Pretty sure we're cool with that.
Pretty crazy.
Insane. Absolutely insane right now.
Does it, ADCC can be a life changer? You know, it's obviously too early to say anything like that, but do you just feel like you've just within yourself maybe changed and proven something new to yourself?
I think for me, like I'm definitely like wanting to spend the time enjoying the moment, wanting to not get too far ahead of myself and all that. But for me, I am happy that I got all the titles, and I'm happy that, you know, the hard work, it shows that it paid off. But I to be fair, I didn't have self-doubt. I didn't doubt my ability. I didn't doubt myself that I wasn't capable of this. I knew I was capable of this. It was just a matter of getting out there and doing it and enjoying the time that I was out there as well. Like enjoying the time out there on the mats in front of everybody and enjoying the atmosphere and enjoying the people and all that kind of stuff. Just really soaking that in is what was really important for me today.
Just as important as the result is the performance. How would you rate your performance out there?
Man, like there were some tough girls. There was multiple time world champions, multiple time ADCC champions, you know, people that have conquered the world and they're standing right in front of me, people that I grew up watching and I grew up studying and I grew up excited to see what their next competition was going to be. So to face off with them and, you know, to come out with the win on those matches is just, it's honestly unreal. And just, again, I'm lost for words. My mind is scrambled right now.
When you first heard about that absolute division being an option, how much thought did you give it about potentially entering?
Well, I think as soon as Mo put it up, I messaged him straight away being like, this is insane, this is great, and I'm like, put my name down. This was before I won trials or before like I was even put in. I think I was talking about doing the absolute then. And then when it like came down to it on the day, you know, I tried not to think about it until I was done with my division. I wanted to really focus on my division, and then after I was done, I just kind of, you know, back at home we call it the fuck it bucket. We just kind of put it in the fuck it bucket and just do it. You know, what's the worst that's going to happen? And that was what I did. I put it in the fuck it bucket, went out there and just tried to have a good time, tried to enjoy myself. Unfortunately, like I had to face up against some of my best friends, but that's just how it goes sometimes. And we're out there to do our job, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to go out there and do our job and put on a performance. But you know, I'm so privileged to share the mats with so many incredible people.
It was a really incredible run. You faced so many incredible champions along the way, not least of whom Bia Mosquita in the finals, the Lady Goat. What was it like facing Bia? And tell me about the match.
Facing Bia was a dream. You know, I've had the privilege of training with her. I've had the privilege of watching her, but facing up against her was, you know, no small feat. She is just as good as I thought she was going to be. She knew the game. She knew the rules. She was an intelligent fighter, and you know, I tried to stay calm. I tried to make sure that I was being like well thought out through all the exchanges, and then when I could get a bite on something, it was just about staying like cool, calm, and collected in those positions, and trying to figure out if I could get the finish. But if not, just making sure that I'm being smart in the decisions that I was making out there.
Tell me about that leg lock that you had in the semifinals. That was a real nasty one.
The leg lock that I had in the semifinals, the armbar. Oh, Rafaela. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, she, I think, suffered an injury in her first match and was getting out there injured. And when I swept her, and I ended up kind of closing the distance and starting to attack at the leg, and I just had a really good angle on it and kind of put every you know bit of my 55 kilos into it when I could. I came out with a submission on that. But again, like I did my training camp with Rafa. She's incredible competitor, an incredible training partner. You know, it was a privilege to share the mats with her. And you know, I hope that everything is okay. I hope that her knee recovers, and I'm sure she'll be back out there again really soon.
100%. She had a great tournament herself, world champion.
No doubt in my mind, she's an incredible competitor. I saw her on the training mats. I knew that she was coming out with a vengeance. I knew that she was coming out with some heat, and that's exactly what she did.
6 gold medals for Optos.
Yeah. I said it at the start of the day when we were all in like a separate little room for our warm-up, and I was like, oh, this is the golden room. Like, I had that feeling. I'm like, this is the golden room. And then we had, you know, Kynan in there. We had Felipe Pena walking back and forth through. We had, you know, Rafaela. And I just kept saying, I'm like, this is the golden room. There's going to be some gold in this room at the end of the day. And that's exactly what happened. There's some gold hanging out in that room right now.
We had Andre Galvao in here before, and talking to him, he praised the systematic nature of your game. Can you talk about that, the way you've developed a system for your jiu-jitsu?
I just go about it in a way that leaves no stone unturned. I think that I want to have a really well-rounded game, but also like how I approach training is really important to me. For me, it's not about just going out there and doing a bunch of rounds or just doing it harder and faster. It's making sure that I'm being really specific, and that's like thanks to my team is why I'm able to do that and why I'm able to really have that systematic approach in my training, and then it comes out in my jiu-jitsu. It's planning, it's preparation. We want to come into the sport being as professional as possible, and that's what's going to take jiu-jitsu to the next level, treating it like a professional sport, not just running into each other at 1,000,000 miles an hour, not just trying to be bigger and stronger, but actually being professional, and that means having a systematic approach to everything.
Wasn't the only thing Andre said. He also said that you might just go down as the greatest of all time.
That's a big call, because there are some incredible athletes that have come before me. You know, I'm still at the start. Like, I still feel like I'm at the beginning. I think that there's so many more things that I want to continue to achieve. You know, I do want to step back into the gi. I do want to do some gi stuff and win some titles in the gi. I think that's really still very, very important to me. But I think I'm still a little bit of a while off for being called the greatest of all time. But maybe one day. I think
saying in the future, with more time, with more opportunities, it's going to come.
That's the hope. That's what I'm out here to do. I'm out here to be one of the best that ever was. Not just the best out of Australia, not just the best female, but the best grappler that ever was, that ever existed.
Let's talk about Australia. Australia, a couple hours ago, had never had an ADCC champion.
No, never had an ADCC champion, and now I'm coming home and bringing home two lovely gold medals and a belt, but 2 titles to bring home to Australia. I'm proud to bring those home. I'm proud to bring those home back to the teams that have supported me over all these years, and I'm excited to share the celebrations with them as well.
Let's talk about that belt for a second. That belt's like as big as you are.
Dude, it's massive, and it's heavy, and it's actually weighing my shoulder down, and it's also too big for me to tie up because I don't think they anticipated a 55 to win it, so it doesn't actually fit me. But you know, I'm not one to complain. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna enjoy it, and you know, maybe punch an extra few holes in it so it fits me nicer.
Gotta bulk up, that's the sign.
I gotta get bigger now, clearly. That's the next thing I gotta do.
Let's talk about the next thing for you. I know we already had you in here and we talked about that, and you talked about, you know, wanting to get on WNO, win those belts. But let's talk about the next ADCC, right? Let's start to look ahead right now. I know we're still in this moment, but now at the next ADCC, you're gonna be the defending champ. You're gonna be the #1 person coming in. How does that feel?
It feels exciting. Like, I know I'm gonna have a target on my back, and I'm ready for it. Like, I feel like I was saying at the start of my career. So I don't just have my eyes set on one ADCC title or one ADCC absolute title for that matter. Like, I have my eyes set on multiple. I want to be a reigning champ. I want to do this for years to come, and I have every intention of continuing to bring home gold back to Australia over and over again.
Before we get out of here, is there anyone else specifically that you'd like to thank?
Well, I definitely want to thank my beautiful girlfriend, Nev. She's been there through everything. She's been supporting me no matter what. She's been putting up with a lot of my just grumpiness from overtraining and undereating and all that kind of stuff. So I definitely want to give a big shout out to her. I want to give a shout out to my parents that have been supportive through the 15 years that I've been training. I want to give a massive shout out to all the teams that have supported me. You know, I started off at Dominance with Dave Hart, who supported me for many, many years and continues to have my back. And now I'm training with Absolute as well, with Lockie Giles there. You know, I brought across with me Jake O'Driscoll, who is a really massive part of that systematic approach, and he, you know, he's here, he had my back, and I trusted him with the preparation that we did, the game planning we did, which was absolutely incredible and went exactly how we wanted it to go. And then obviously the team at Atos, everybody welcomes me with open arms. Professor Galval and, you know, Angelica Galval have been nothing but welcoming to me. They give me their time, they give me their energy, and that's what allows me to really kind of improve as much as I can being in that room with them.
All right, before we get out of here, let me just say it one more time. Adele Fornarino, ADCC double gold medalist.
That's good. That's insane.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.